Now that you have all of your data aggregated, there are a few things that you can do in order to analyze this data. The first thing you can do is use the conditional formatting option in order to visually and quickly assess the data that you have in front of you in terms of student progress. So in order to set up conditional formatting, you will highlight all of the cells that contain the numerical data, and then you're going to click on Format, Conditional Formatting. On the right-hand side, click on Color Scale, and where it says Preview down here, I'm going to change the default color from green to red and green. All right, and then since our values are not based on a 100-point system, our values are based on a 1 to 4 standard-based grading scale, I'm going to change this. So instead of this being a percentile, I'm going to click on number. And then for the minimum value, I'm also going to change it to number, and the maximum value, I'm also going to change it to number. So notice right away, I'm going to click on, it's already, recognizes that the minimum number is 1 and that the maximum number is 4. The midpoint is, I'm gonna indicate it as 3. You could put 2.5. So whatever it is you want to associate with your data. And then right away, you will notice that you now have a quick visual representation of where the students are in terms of each experiment. So right away, I can tell that for experiment 1, for example, students A and student E are exceeding expectations. So they are good to go for experiment 1. The students that I should probably pay attention to, maybe reteach some concepts, maybe provide them with extra practice, are going to be students C and D for experiment 1. So if you were inputting this data after each experiment, then you can quickly set this up and then have a quick visual indicator of where each student is standing in terms of their scores for that particular assignment. And what this would do is allow you to quickly recognize the students that are struggling and perhaps might need intervention. Another thing that this can help you notice is that, for example, in experiment 2, most of the students did not perform very well, right? So most of the students have scores that are in the red, so either developing or approaching. And therefore, perhaps experiment 2, the students didn't really get. Maybe I didn't do a very good job of explaining that experiment. Maybe I need to go back and revisit that experiment and look at how can I improve either the experiment or my teaching or instructional practices associated with this particular assignment. Another great thing you can do in your Google Sheets is use a Sparkline chart in order to visually represent the student progress. Now, I would probably use this towards the end of a semester after I have inputted all of the experiments here. And I want to see how the students have progressed with this particular skill or with this particular standard throughout the semester. I can then maybe use this data in one of the parent-teacher conferences or the student-led conferences, maybe share this data with the students and have them reflect on their own progress throughout this whole semester for this particular skill. So in order to create a Sparkline chart, and maybe I can add Sparkline chart as a heading just so that I know. So this is super easy. All you have to do is type in the Sparkline function. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the cell that will be associated with student A, and I'm going to type equal Sparkline, and I'm going to highlight all of the cells associated with student 1. So all of this row. Close my bracket and click on enter. All right, and all I have to do next is simply click on the lower right-hand side and drag it down. And look how awesome this is. I'm sorry, I'm such a data nerd. This makes me super happy. But right away you can tell, like, student A, kind of their performance has been fluctuating. It's been all over the place for this whole semester when it came to this particular science skill. On the other hand, student B, they started off pretty good, but then they kind of, went down or decreased in terms of their mastery level. Students D, I should probably send their parents an email congratulating this particular student on their improvement for this particular skill throughout this semester. Like they started off really low and then they improved drastically. And on the other hand, for student E, perhaps I need to have a one-on-one with them because they have, they started off really well and they kind of have really dipped down with their performance. So maybe something is going on with student E. Maybe, they're not focusing in class as much as they used to at the beginning of the semester. Maybe something is happening in their personal life that we need to talk about. Maybe the student needs more one-on-one reteaching. So there's so much that you can get informed on by something as simple as the Sparkline chart option. Make sure to give this video a like if you found it useful. And if you would like to see more of videos like this, consider subscribing. Thank you for watching and have a great day.